think I just hit a good pocket. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Top of the morning, afternoon, evening to you, whichever it may be for you. I hope you're doing well. I really do. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Damon with West Coast Gold Prospecting. And I'm a micro miner out of Southwest Oregon. And that's what I love to do. So first of all, thank you for being here. And I do hope to earn your subscription. Maybe hit that thumbs up button for me. And I'm going to show you some gold. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm back here in one of my flood gold deposits. This bank here. If you've seen my previous episode, you've seen that I've been working this bedrock bank here. And let's go down and take a look at the sluice box. I have that crudely set up. And I do mean crudely. It's not flowing the best, but it is catching gold. And I'm skipping the classifying process today, and I'm just dumping straight into it. I actually plan on sniping today. Well, I did plan on sniping, but I brought down my my laser temperature thermometer, and the water is 36 degrees. So I don't know that I'm going to be getting in there. But anyhow, I figured I'd dump some buckets in here until it warms up. And I've done one bucket so far. And we got some, it's going to be hard to see. We already got some gold showing up. There's actually some nicer flakes in here. But they have moved on, it seems like. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to dump some buckets of material through the sluice for a while, and then possibly go sniping. We'll see. We'll go over here and do a test pan of the material I'm working, and I'll show you what it looks like. And so before we get too far ahead, I just wanted to let you know that I do have a Facebook group now, West Coast Gold Prospecting on Facebook. Go check it out, you guys. You can see behind the scenes footage, pictures of the gold before it even comes out on video, and a bunch of other good prospecting adventures. The group's growing quick, and we got all kinds of stories that were being shared and videos putting out, so check it out. So here's where I started. I dug the first inch, just a 1-inch section off the top here, and this is what came out of it. I'm probably looking at 10-15 pieces. Super tiny, but you know, that'll add up. If I can, let me zoom out here. If I can take this whole section right here, I mean, we got, there's 20 buckets of material there, but I won't get that much done. But anyhow, if I can get 5 buckets of material, maybe 8, I think we'll be doing pretty good. It's a 1/4 gram day right there, so let's get to it. Bucket number 2 down. Let's see if we can get another one in. All right, so we just finished feeding bucket number 3. And here's the deal with classification and feed rate. Now, if I was, there's good gold in here, but I'm not classifying, and I'm just dumping it in by the handfuls with you know, larger rocks in there. So we're not going to see as much on the deep V matting as you normally would. When you're feeding it that fast with that larger material, you're not going to catch it all in the deep V matting. It's going to roll past with the dirt clumps and the rocks, and the size of your rocks are going to pull that gold out of the deep V matting and right up over into your expanded metal and miner's moss. But we have some really good gold showing up in here already, and it's really surprising because of the way I've been feeding it. I expected the larger rocks to pull more gold off of the V matting than that. So that's looking good. I'm happy with that. So that was bucket number 3. Let's go for a 4th. Yeah. All right, just another half bucket down, which makes 3.5. And working from the same spot, just working my way down from the top down. Let's go ahead and do a test pan and see what we have in there, so we're not wasting our time. All right, test pan from right there to the head of my pick, and here's what it's looking like. Let me see here. Zoom in for you. We've got right around 10 pieces. Not bad. That's definitely worth digging and running through the sluice. So I'm gonna get right back to it. I'll show you the sluice box here in a minute. This will be bucket number 4. All right, so we just finished with bucket number 5. And here's the progress. I'm getting down to a layer. This layer right here is like really, really compact. I haven't come across much like this at this creek. And I did a test pan of that. That was the last test pan I did. And I got that 10 flake. It's just interesting, you know, it's like super hard to dig in. It's almost like a caliche layer that is starting to decompose. I don't think it is, because there's rounded, you know, rolled rock in there. But anyhow, there's the progress. 5th bucket down. Let's go take a look at the sluice box real quick. It's not going to be, like I mentioned before, you're not going to see a whole lot in the indicator mat, the deep V, but you know, I know the gold's in here. I can see it from here. Yep, definitely got gold showing up. Hard to see, but there's all kinds of finds through here. Starting to pile up. Starting to pile up top here. All through here. Looking good, looking good. I'm just kind of trying to wait for it to warm up a little bit. I do plan on doing some sniping today. And I'm just kind of waiting for it to warm up. Like I said, the water temperature is way down. And Rob's already in. He is right there. Kind of see him. Anyhow, back to work. Just taking a little break here. Check this out, this crevice on top of this bedrock. We're like 8 feet up off the water here. It's just a bedrock wall. I had a scratch in that crevice last weekend. I think Matt or somebody dug in this one. But check this out. Look at this quartz vein. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Man. Oh, I'd still love to try to find that, where that specimen came down. Came down somewhere around here. I know it. Anyhow, that's going to be on another video for another time. And take a look at this here. Let me zoom out here. Oh, we got a crevice here. Well, it's a fracture in the bedrock, and it's going down. Ooh, we got interesting. Let's see here. Huh? Look at this. We got packed grounded rock in here. Interesting. I might take a scratch at that later. Anyhow, I'm gonna get back to work. All right, working my way into it. This next half bucket will be bucket number 7, I believe. And we're getting into some really interesting bedrock here. It's got these little pockets and big protrusions here, and then more pockets on the other side. So I think I'm going to try to get these bigger boulders out. Well, they're not very big and not heavy, so, and yes, I'll be careful. But I'm going to try to work that area down, get down to this bedrock and see what it really looks like under there. I'm really curious. All right, so we're taking a quick break. I think we're at bucket 7.5. Let's go take a look at the sluice box. I'm not expecting anything crazy. It's mostly going to be down in the expanded metal and miner's moss, but figured we'd come take a look anyhow. Oh, hey, that's looking pretty good. Not too bad. Not so much on the right side here. I mean, there is some down lower, but mostly up in here on this side. Got some nice pieces up in there. It's not bad. But I do expect the majority of it to be in the expanded metal miner's moss combo. So that'll be an interesting clean out. See what's going on. Anyhow, I'm gonna get back to it, and I'm gonna do 10 buckets today. That's all I'm gonna run. Then I'm gonna call it quits and put on my wetsuit and go poke around some sniping. So anyhow, I'll show you what happens here next. Oh, crikey. I can't remember what bucket I'm on. I believe that was just 7.5, and I think we're on 8. I think. Oh goodness. Anyhow, let's do number 8. All right. Let's check out this beautiful bedrock. Look at that. Just like little divots and crevices and all over the place. What I'll eventually end up doing is taking my crevice pump and washing everything down into the little pools like that and sucking them up. There's probably going to be a little bit of a pool here that I can use and my crevice pump on. But for now, I started over here and kind of working my way this way. And I'm going to do, I think I'm on bucket 8.5 right now. And we'll stop at 10, see where we're at. Sluice box is looking really good. I've seen a nice small picker, maybe big flake, just show up. So, whew. All right, so I just got done with bucket 8.5. Almost there. And the sun, it's almost perfect timing too. The sun's just about to start hitting the creek here, and it'll be great. So bucket number 9 coming up right now. All right. Whoa, so that was bucket 9.5. Oh, I need to be more careful. And here's what we're working, what it's looking like. Look at that smooth, pretty bedrock. Man, I love it. So anyhow, I'm gonna get this 10th bucket done. Let the sluice box clear out for a little bit, and I'll show that, or let you see what that looks like. It's actually looking pretty dang good. All right, so that's all my back could stand for the sluicing. I think, looking back at the video, I think I did actually 11 buckets total. This is looking really good, you guys. The more it clears out, the better it's looking. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to see on your own video, but all those yellow little shiny dots, it's all gone. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a good one. And I guarantee there's that much, plus some back here in the miner's moss. So let me let this clean out a little bit, give it a few minutes, and clean it out, do a little reveal, and then I might get in the water and do some sniping. The sun's starting to poke out finally. There's Justin and Jasmine, came over to say hi today and hang out and do some pans with us. They're finding some good color as well. I'm glad you guys can make it. Rob's still over there sniping right there in the center of the screen. And I hope he's doing well. Anyhow, I'm gonna let this clear out a little bit and we'll give you a sneak peek. Okay, so I think I've changed my mind. I don't think I'm gonna go sniping today. I just, I was frozen cold yesterday for 5 hours straight. So I just don't want to do it today. You feel me? Yeah, I'm just not up for it today. So I'm gonna go back to the sluice box. We'll show you what it looks like right now, and then I'll go back to feeding it. It seems like that last bucket or two, I had some really good gold in it. So that came from right in that area. And as you can see, I started working right here today and got all this material all the way up over there. That's 11 buckets worth, unclassified. So let's grab some of this material and feed that. Oh wait, let's go look at the sluice box. I gotta show you what it looks like when it's cleaned itself out. Oh yeah. Holy moly. Yeah. That's the fatness. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for you to see, but that don't help. Anyhow, you can kind of see it. There's some really good gold there. Yeah, so back to feeding. Okay, well, I've changed my mind again. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the wetsuit and do a little sniping for a couple hours. The sun's right out there on the water, so it won't be so bad. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, the GoPro footage is not it's not happening down there. I'm working in some swift water right behind me, right down about where those rapids are. Whew, it's cold as hell. Holy moly, face is all numb. But I hit a good pocket. Check this out. Oh, see if I can do this without shaking. I'm freezing. We checked the water temp earlier. It was 36. Oh man, I think I just hit a good pocket. Oh yes I did. Yes I did. Let's see what we got here. Let's roll this back together now. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, some nice flakes. That's not bad at all. I'll take that. That was just 45 minutes in the water. Quarter gram, maybe. Oh, stoked. So I'm gonna try it just a little bit more, and I'll show you if I find anything else. Okay, here's what I got. My first trip down in the water sniping, and let me dump out the snuffer. I just went down for another 30 minutes. Holy hell, I'm freaking cold, you guys. This is another 30 minutes down there just now. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, hell yeah. Yes. Oh, those are nice. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice piece right there. Nice piece. Holy moly, that was in the smallest little crack. Oh, let's put this together. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so cold. Crazy cold. Oh yeah. That is a good day. Oh my gosh, you guys. Plus I probably got a half gram of fines in here. Let's take a look at the sluice real quick. Oh man. Holy shit. Holy moly, guys. Look at that. There's gold all through this box. Look at that. Holy moly. Alright. Another epic day. Whew, I gotta go warm up. Okay, so we're back home, and I didn't get any more footage, and I didn't get a snuffer dump reveal. I've already got the gold cleaned out, and I gotta be honest with you, I thought I would have gotten quite a bit more in fines through the sluice box, but it's not looking like I did. And that could be for two reasons. Either the gold wasn't as good as I thought, and I should have done more test pans, or it was being pulled out with the way I was feeding it and not classifying. So I don't know, you be the judge. But anyhow, let's go in there. I've already got the gold cleaned up, and we'll dry it out and we'll weigh it up. All right, so here we go. I got the gold cleaned up. There is the fines to the right here, and one nice chunk that came with it. I'm gonna weigh that separately when I do weigh them. And then here's the sniping for about an hour, I think. Nice chunky pieces. So we'll get this weighed out separately, and then we'll weigh it all together and see what we come up with. I've had this sitting in snuffer bottle for all week. This was last Sunday's trip, and I'm eager to see what it weighs. But I wanted to do it live. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to weigh these fines out. I'm going to take and weigh this chunk. There's a chunk here, and let's see if this one weighs 0.025. Yeah, it's weighable. But anyhow, there's a couple other bigger pieces in there, but you know, nothing major. So let's see what we got for a total on fines in the sluice box run. Yeah, that's not bad. 1/4 gram. I was honestly expecting more because of the amount of gold we were getting before. So like I said, it's either from how I was feeding it, or it could be even how it was set up. It was crudely set up. So I don't know. I'm happy with that though. You know, that's not bad for it's 11 buckets of digging. So let's do this. Tear that out. Put this on here. Tear this out, and we'll start weighing these. Let's get a close up here. Let's see what this weighs. 0.060. Just a little picker. 0.15 or 16. All right, let's just weigh it all. Oh wow. All right, that's more than I thought. Right on. I'm gonna take a close up of that. Nice. Nice. I wish you guys could have seen the underwater footage of where this piece was coming out. It was just a hairline fracture in the bedrock, and that whole thing was in there. As you can see right on the corner here, I hit it with my little pick. I have a little tiny crevice pick, and I hit it with it. But anyhow, let's get a total here with the other gold on top. It'll be the total for the day. Sorry. Oh, wow. So I got a little bit of fine stuck to the pan, but here's the majority of it. Holy moly. It's better, a lot better than I thought. I thought I was going to only get like a 0.4, 0.5 total. Almost 0.8 of a gram. I'm happy with that. Really happy. Right on. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to see you on the next one. Till then, bye.